Dear members of our EPP family, our party has inspired the principles and the values Our party has inspired both the principles and the values that brought together the peoples of Europe. Responsibility of each member and solidarity among members. Entrepreneurship and social cohesion, fostering growth and enhancing stability, maintaining the distinct characteristics of our national cultures, and concurrently evolving into a common European identity. The social market economy is our political heritage, which is broad enough to encompass everyone, including people from different political backgrounds, and is inspiring enough to be the reference point, even for our opponents. Our ideals have proved strong enough to carry us so far, from the common market to the single market, to political integration, to the monetary union, to the European Union of today. And our ideals will be strong enough to lead us out of the present crisis through more union, more responsibility, more solidarity, and now more competitiveness. This is the key word for our next major step ahead: competitiveness. We cannot survive unless we regain our competitiveness. We cannot integrate unless we become more competitive. Our fiscal crisis, our debt crisis, our demographic crisis, political problems we face now and then, here and there, are different aspects of the same underlying problem. We are losing ground in competitiveness. Of course, some members are doing much better than others. But altogether, we are facing serious challenges from the rest of the world, mainly in the area of world competitiveness. Some of these challenges we can better face together. Most of these challenges, we can only face them together. Facing these challenges will become an additional motive to bring us together, and vice versa. Speeding up our integration will enhance our growth potential and our competitiveness. Dear colleagues of the EPP family, I'm representing here what many consider the weakest link of our union today. But I'm here to tell you that Greece is now changing the trend as well as its own fortunes. From a symbol of a failed political system to a symbol of a spectacular comeback. From an economy in a deep and long-term recession to an economy that changes structurally and fundamentally in all aspects. From a program that failed to a program that is coming back on track. From a contemporary tragedy, Greece is already transforming itself to what I can promise you will be a success story. From a lost case by some to a hopeful symbol for many. In Greece, we have made for some new Guinness Book records lately. The sharpest austerity ever. More than 25% of our GDP in deficit-cutting measures in 3 years. More than 5 consecutive years of recession. An overall loss of 22% so far over the same period. And hundreds of structural changes decided and implemented only the last 2 years, mostly in the recent months. We have done a lot, and we still have a long way to go. We will do everything required to bring Greece at the edge of European competitiveness and make it a model democratic society of a modern economy. And by doing so, we will bring about a major success story for Europe as a whole. Because if Greece can make it, then all of Europe can come stronger out of this crisis. If the weakest link proves strong enough, then the whole Union will come out stronger vis-à-vis the rest of the world. But we also learned something out of all the hardships we suffered lately. First, that recovery and growth are vital ingredients of an adjustment strategy. Without recovery and growth, the economy sinks deeper into recession and larger debt. Secondly, that societies are not machines to shut them down, change their deficient parts, fix them up, and put them back together. People are not spare parts. You have to fix the problem while keeping the society together and its cohesion alive. People are going to suffer, but they have to sustain hope. And hope is what gives meaning to their sacrifices and prospect to their future. With hope, they can make it through hardships. Without hope, social turmoil feeds extremism and chaos. Thirdly, a long-term adjustment project is not only economic in nature, it's also political. It's not only the subject of macroeconomics or microeconomics, it is mainly the subject of political economy. And they don't call it political economy for no reason. In other words, when things are moving in the right direction and progress is becoming more and more apparent and gaining steam, remember, it is still fragile. Dear colleagues, I feel my duty to my country is to turn things around and deliver a Greek comeback. I feel my duty to Europe is to turn a Greek success story to a European success story. I feel my duty to the EPP is to show all the world that it is our ideals that can inspire people while in distress, and that it is our values that can lead countries out of a crisis. I will do my duty boldly, decisively, and prudently. And thank you all for your great support. With your help, the weakest link will soon become a solid cornerstone of our European foundation. Thank you very much.